Hey, what are you doing in there? Come on, I'm gonna start a new Doctor Who review. Come on, join me. Welcome to Lindalee's Doctor Who review. And here's everything you need to know from this week's episode. Okay, so Clara's alive and she's working at a diner in Nevada as a waitress. What? And the doctor goes to the diner, but he doesn't even remember her, which is the most craziest part. So the doctor breaks out of the confession dial, and he's back home on Gallifrey. But he's back, and all these people want to kill him. And then all the people who are about to kill him, they're like, wait, no, he's the war doctor. He saved us. And then they go over on his side. The general also goes on the doctor's side. But the doctor tells the president, get off my planet. And now the doctor is the president of Gallifrey. So Time Lords have Time Lord technology, of course, and they can take people, if they're about to die, they could take you out, and you could say, like, goodbye, and that, but the doctor is trying to break the rules. He's just trying to get Clara out. He just wants to be with her forever. He doesn't want her to die. The doctor was saying you only have one more heartbeat left, but she was freezed and she felt her heart, it wasn't beating because she was freezed. And if he put her back, she would be dead. But then he tries to kill the general and he regenerates into a girl. And then they went into the basement that is called the cloister, and it's like, it was a museum with all the villains, and it was really cool. Never blink down on the cloisters because there's weeping angels everywhere. If you see a Dalek stuck in vines, it's just a trick. Don't get it helped out or else it's gonna kill you. And there's also Cybermen down there. Almost all the villains, and it's so weird. And the doctor's trying to look for an escape hatch so he can get a TARDIS. And Clara, she's like asking the general and the old witch lady, how long was the doctor stuck in his confession dial? They all said 4.5 billion years. And she's like so mad, and she's crying, and she's like, what is wrong with you? And she's like, why did you do that to yourself? But he did that because it was part of his plan to save Clara. Talk about a really good friendship, right? So the doctor steals an old TARDIS. It doesn't look like this. It's round and it's white. And on the inside, it's the other doctor's TARDIS. Dun, dun, dun. But that was so cool that we got to see an old TARDIS. Okay, so the doctor is thinking if they leave Gallifrey, her heartbeat will keep pounding up again. But it didn't. So they travel to the very, very end of the universe to hide from the Time Lords. And guess who they find? Ishilzer! Or should I say me, Maze, whatever. She has so many names. But he goes to his shoulder, and she's like, it was beautiful when Clara died. And he's like, no, it was not beautiful. It was sad. And she's like, it was both. You're running around the world because you just miss Clara. The doctor's talking to a shoulder. He's like, no, you have to be a hybrid because I gave you that alien technology. Now you're part alien, half human. And she's like, no, you're the hybrid because you're part Time Lord, part human. That's why you like to go to Earth so much and fight the villains. And it's so awkward. Or maybe they're both hybrid. Dun, dun, dun. The doctor wants to wipe out Clara's memory to not remember the doctor so she won't get sad, but there's this button thing that if Clara touched it, she would forget about the doctor, but she switched it. So if the doctor touched it, he would forget about Clara. So she's like, oh really? Let's see. And then they both press it at the same time. It's only for one person. But because she switched it, now it's only going to work on the doctor. And that's how in the beginning, he forgot about her. So then Clara and the doctor, which the doctor doesn't even remember Clara, they're at the diner. And she's like, oh wow, Clara sounds like a very good person. And then she's like smiling. But then he's playing this song called Clara, and it's the music when Clara died in Face the Raven. And I was like starting to cry. But he was looking away, and then Clara, there was like this door, and when she walked into it, it was a shielder in the same white TARDIS from the old doctor. And she smiled and went inside. And I was like, oh my gosh, OMG. And it was the most craziest part of the TV show. And I was like, wow. The chameleon circuit, what Clara did, she made the TARDIS of hers, she made it look like the diner. And then at the end, it disappears. That's when the doctor saw his TARDIS. And then he goes into his TARDIS. The doctor, when he touched the rail inside, the TARDIS restarted and it was like, vroom. So then the doctor puts on his velvet coat and he looks at the TARDIS controls and a new sonic screwdriver pops out. Like this. Well, here it is. Well, it isn't the new one. We tried to make it look like it. Da, da, da. But he got a new sonic screwdriver and it's blue, not like this one. But it was awesome! And now I know I want to add one more thing to my Christmas list. A new sonic screwdriver. And when he went up into the sky, all that paintings fell down and crumbled up. And I was like, what? No! Then the diner and the TARDIS, they're both going through outer space spinning. And it was so cool. So Clara's gonna head back to Gallifrey in the TARDIS because she needs to finish the dye to go back to her body. But first, she has to go on some adventures with a shielder before she dies. Do you think they'll make a new TV show with a shielder and Clara going on adventures? Dun, dun, dun. That's the review of Hellbent. Now I'm going to tell you what I didn't like and did like in this episode. I really liked that Clara was alive. Here's the part that I didn't really like. When the general regenerated into a girl. That was really weird. I really liked the old-time TARDIS. I was so happy because it was back, and it reminded me of the 4th Doctor because the 4th Doctor had that TARDIS. And it was just amazing. I couldn't believe it. And I was like, jelly babies. I liked the cloister dungeon, but it was a little too scary. Man. Because that robot was walking by, and it was the Time Lord screaming, and I was like, oh. I don't like that whole time he forgot about Clara. I wish that he never forgot about Clara. I wish they never ever pressed that eraser memory button. I love the new sonic screwdriver. Man, that was awesome. That was actually my favorite episode. Well, that's what I thought about Hellbent. What did you think? Let me know in the comments below. Well, that's going to do it for this Doctor Who review. I'm Lindalee, and I'll see you at the Christmas episode. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.